My name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
All right, so this is what's really being talked about. So this tweet is easing you in. All right, you write Frances Ellen Work. Okay, Frances Ellen Work, an American who was a New York heiress, was the great grandmother of Princess Diana and a great great grandmother of Prince Harry. Interesting fact, she's also the great great grandmother of Oliver Platt. Diana, who's Oliver Platt? Diana look a little bit like her. Let's see, Oliver Platt. Okay, let's do it really quick. Oliver Platt. Ah, okay. He looks familiar and I never knew his name. Okay, so back to Twitter. Okay, so let's continue. I believe this is a pic of Diana's parents. Is it? Okay, I don't know. Let's see here, one comment underneath it. Okay, that's Diana's mother and Harry's grandmother, Frances. That is Diana's mother and Harry's grandmother, Frances. Okay, I don't know. All right, so let's go back. Okay, oh wow, I saw it on the History Channel's $1 Million American Princesses and was shocked. Her grandmother was basically Cora Crawley. She does look so much like her. Okay, I've been saying this. Diana's related to an heiress in the US. One of them moved to Canada and had this famous actor in Hollywood. He was in the first Three Musketeers. Okay, the picture of Diana's parents, that's definitely Johnny Spencer and his wife Frances. Okay, wait, Prince Harry and Oliver Platt are related. Okay, Oliver Platt's father was the head of the Asian Society, a very nice man. I knew about this back in the 1990s. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. All right, so I read everything in here, but I saw, okay, Oliver Platt. Okay, yes, that is not a piece of information I ever thought I would have. Okay, they are third cousin. Engage with our vibrant community, fueling curiosity with... Okay, so this is an ad. So let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so now that tweet that I just read here is to ease you in why Harry made certain decision. Okay, so he already had roots in the US, and I think at one point Princess Diana wanted to move in the US as well before the tragic death. All right, next tweet. Prince Harry dated back his official country of residence to the day he was evicted by his father, King Charles, from a house he had paid $2.4 million, £2.4 million to renovate. Apparently, Frogmore Cottage remains empty to this day. It was a petty and vindictive retaliation action from the king, in my opinion. For what? I have absolutely no idea why he did that. No idea. Okay, so let's look at this here. Company name, Travelist Limited. Company number, there's that. Receipt for filing, electronic format, that's 415. Okay, couple days ago, 2024. Detail prior to change, name, Prince Harry Charles Albert David Duke of Sussex. Oh my God, that's so long. Okay, date of birth, there it is here. New detail, date of change. Okay, so they changed the date here. 06 June 29, 2023. New country, United States. So that was around the time the father evicted him. Okay, so all this blame back to Charles. Okay, he was fine to be, as he was leaving, I mentioned it on a comment that I saw. I think it's LBC or something. And they were saying, what was the headline? That Harry cut ties with the UK or something like that. When I saw LBC's tweet, I didn't see that one. Okay? And then I said, are you guys stupid or something? Well, before he left, he said Frogmore was going to be his headquarters when he is in the UK. But since his father evicted him, what did you expect? Okay, I didn't even see that when I wrote my comment. I have it somewhere on the list. Okay, note that Charles, by evicting his son, made it very difficult for Prince Harry to take his children to visit the UK, as FC was a secure Frogmore Cottage. Okay, as Frogmore Cottage was a secure home inside Windsor Castle's security perimeter. He obviously couldn't care less about having a relationship with 2 of his 5 grandchildren. Trolls and royalists don't even start blaming Harry and Meghan for Archie and Lily's lack of relationship with their grandfather. A loving grandfather does all they can to keep that relationship even when there are strains with their parents. Some even go to court to fight for that right. That is true. Okay, did Prince Harry move out willingly? No, he was evicted by his father. Alright, let's see here. I blacked this one. The Sussexes then have to repay taxpayers for the structural renovation to Frogmore. Okay, so she tagged that person here. Is that someone I black? Yep. Okay. They did so in order to be free of any toxicity from the press. William and Kate spent £5.4 million doing up their Kensington Palace apartment, funded by the taxpayers, not repaid. Yeah, because the paper was saying, wanted to know everything personally about Harry and Meghan. And Harry and Meghan keep on saying, no, this is our private life. You're not going to have access to that. Okay, they even took pictures. That's a different location. I think they were staying for a short while. Okay, of their bedroom. Harry sued them for that. Okay, and they had to quickly move out of the place because they had people surveilling them all over. All right, so to leave them alone, because the excuses that the tabloid was giving Harry and Meghan is that, oh, taxpayers request that, we pay for this, we pay for that. So Harry said, okay, let me give you the money, leave me alone. Okay, but they continue. As you can see, they continue. Okay, so let's continue. The Crown Estate owns Frogmore. The Sussexes were not responsible for its structural upkeep. They did not have to pay that £2.4 million, and the reason has nothing to do with working royals crap. Okay, if you do not understand how leases work in the UK, say so instead of spewing crap. Okay, who owns Frogmore Cottage? Frogmore Cottage is owned by the Crown Estate, a collection of lands and holdings in the UK belonging to the reigned British monarch. It was gifted to Harry by the late Queen Elizabeth II and was primary residence he shared with the Duchess of Sussex from 2019 until they moved to California in March 2020. The cottage is a Grade 2 listed 2-story stucco face house sitting in the north of, almost, so she's responding to this person that I black. Okay, whatever, you were wrong. Get the facts before tweeting and ignorance takes time. Okay, by the king or in reality the queen. No, it was after Charles, the queen had already passed and Charles become the monarch. All right, the king, Harry was told to vacate Frogmore Cottage months after the queen died. Oh, you mean Queen Camilla? Okay, maybe, or maybe his brother or both. Regardless, who does that to a son? And then Queen Elizabeth II gave this home to Harry as a wedding gift. King is a small man. It was a grace and favor home. The king can and did decided to take it back. I don't think Harry has a formal lease. Yes, okay. But the main thing is the original, the queen, when she was alive, she made that decision and said, this is for you. You could stay there and whatever. If he had, Charles wouldn't be able to take it back, as he can take back Royal Lodge from Andrew. Okay, Princess Eugenie and her husband, Jack Brooksbank, moved into Frogmore Cottage after Harry left. They later moved to the alcove. They never complained that it was too small. Did Harry ever said it was too small? Did Meghan ever said so? Okay, Princess Eugenie moved to Portugal in 2022. Harry was evicted in 2023. It was reported, but never confirmed, that Eugenie borrowed Frogmore Cottage from Harry as a weekend home. Who complained it was small? That's what I'm wondering. Okay, not Harry or Meghan. They loved the house and wanted it to be their forever home, Harry said. Yeah, that's what I'm aware of. All right, so let's leave this alone. Let's go to the next one. I'm tired. It's like every week these people create. Whoa, my goodness. Next tweet. The same people who were celebrating Harry and Meghan losing Frogmore Cottage are now having conniptions over Harry listing the US as his country of residence. The sense of ownership is unreal. Personally, I hope Harry applies for US citizenship. Alright, so this I'm gonna read. I have it open already. So let's go to it. Did I share that? I think I shared that with you guys. And this is the archive version. Alright, Newsweek. Prince Harry changed his country of residence in new filing. Alright. Prince Harry has changed his country of residence from Britain to the United States in official paperwork 4 years after quitting the palace for a new life in California. Look how they didn't say about, remember, I show you the travelers form where he changed when he actually changed it, the date he put, but they didn't say that. But instead they go, when he left the UK. I'm telling you, the UK, oh my God. The Duke of Sussex filed a notice change his personal detail in connection with Travelers, his eco-tourism non-profit. It comes after Harry and Meghan Markle lost their UK home, Frogmore Cottage, having been, okay, so they did mention it. My apology. Having been evicted by the royals last year, leaving them with no permanent base in Britain. All right. For 4 years, Harry continues to list his country of residence as the UK, and the documentation that confirms his status as a person with significant control over Travelers holding 75% or more of the shares and voting rights. Okay, because if you leave it to other people, you know they're gonna F it up. The fact he has now changed tack suggests a renewed commitment to their new home in America, and that the Sussexes are in no particular hurry to replace Frogmore. A filing at Britain's Companies House seen by Newsweek read, quote, new country, status usually resident, United States. Okay, I shared that with you. The date the change was made is cited as 29 June 2023 and paperwork that was made public for the first time on Wednesday. That is to the day exactly when Buckingham Palace confirmed publicly that Harry and Meghan had officially moved out of Frogmore Cottage. Again, I apologize, Newsweek, okay, for doubting you at the beginning of this article. The couple were sent an eviction notice in January 2023, just days after the publication of the prince's memoir, Spare, which made sweeping allegations against the royals. The book painted Queen Camilla as a schemer who briefed. But it's true! It's true! Okay, the book painted Queen Camilla as a schemer who briefed against Harry to the media as part of a quest to become Queen Consort, for example.
That she started a campaign in the British press to pave the way for a marriage, and you wrote, I even wanted Camilla to be happy, maybe she'd be less dangerous if she was happy. Mm-hmm. How was she dangerous?
Because of the need for her to rehabilitate her image.
That made her dangerous?
That made her dangerous because of the connections that she was forging within the British press. And there was open willingness on both sides to trade of information. And with a family built on hierarchy, and with her on the way to being Queen Consort, there was going to be people or bodies left in the street because of that.
The Sussexes were given until after King Charles III coronation to actually leave Frogmore, and Harry appears to have dated the change in residency to the exact same moment as news stories announcing the Buckingham Palace had confirmed his departure. Okay? I mean, Harry is a very, very bright man. Okay? He did it when the public knows. Harry's relationship with Britain is a complicated one. Not really. No. This is very, he tells you, okay, the differentiation here. It's the tabloid. And then whoever's following the tabloid, these are the people he's having issues with pretty much primarily his family, his father and brother. Okay? He has unsuccessfully sued the British government to try to get his police team reinstated and affirm his commitment to the country of his birth in the process. Okay, his legal representative said in January 22, quote, "The UK will always be Prince Harry's home and a country he wants his wife and children to be safe in. With lack of police protection comes too great a personal risk." I don't know why these people are surprised.
I must say that I can only imagine what you may have heard or perhaps read over the past few weeks. So I want you to hear the truth from me, as much as I can share, not as a prince or a duke, but as Harry, the same person that many of you have watched grow up over the last 35 years, but now with a clearer perspective. The UK is my home and a place that I love. That will never change.
It really seems like everything that Harry is passionate about, he made a decisive effort to follow through, and they went after certain things that Harry, I guess, wants. This is another aspect as well where Harry said UK will always be his home.
The UK is my home and a place that I love. That will never change.
So they made sure to go after his security, kick him out of Frogmore, okay, to make sure the UK is not his home, okay? So it was after things that Harry have said, they follow through to make sure to show the world that he's not sticking by his words. But this is why Harry had to go to court to make sure those things are documented, because his family are very vile. Everything that Harry wants, they make sure to remove it from him.
I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death, like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover.
Okay, this is another example with his security, Frogmore, and this statement he said when he was leaving the UK to go meet Meghan in Canada. The UK is his home, that will never change. Okay, you want the UK to be your home? We're gonna kick you out of Frogmore. Find another place to stay. Okay, this is the way that I see it. Okay, so let's get back to the original recording. Okay, Prince Harry hoped that his petition, after close to 2 years of pleas for security in the UK, will resolve the situation. However, just months later, he told NBC that America was his home. Quote, home from, that was during the, was it NBC? Oh no, that was probably with Hoda, when they were doing the, how do you call this? The Netherlands Invictus. I think that's where, if it's NBC.
And Meghan have been there for the Invictus Games. Prince Harry also spoke with Hoda about his recent visit with his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth.
How did it feel being back? Being with her.
Being with her, it was great. It was just so nice to see her. You know, she's on great form. She's always got a great sense of humour with me, and I'm just making sure that she's, you know, protected and got the right people around.
Well,
her.
you make her laugh. That's what she always says. Did you do it again?
Yes, yeah, I did. Both Meghan and I had tea with her, so it was really nice to catch up with her. And you know, home for me now is you know, for the time being, it's in the States. And it feels that way as well.
Does it?
Yeah. We've been welcomed with open arms.
Yeah.
And it's got such a great community up in Santa Barbara. So
you feel like that's home more for you?
Yeah.
Quote, home for me now, for the time being, is in the state. And it really feels that way as well. We've been welcomed with open arms and have got such a great community up in Santa Barbara. One major factor in that discrepancy may be his assertion that he and Meghan, their children, and Prince Archie, Princess Elizabeth are not safe in Britain without police bodyguards. And don't forget as well, he had traveled several times back to the UK. Okay, Frogmore had been internally restructured from staff accommodation into a family home with a nursery at a cost of $3.2 million in public money, in which they repay. Harry and Meghan also pumped some private funds into the interior decor while they lived there during their time as working royals. However, once they quit Britain for a new life in America, the home lay largely unoccupied, barring a few days a year when Harry visited.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
That's okay, like I was saying, he went back a couple times. That status is not unusual for royal residences, many of which are used in some season and not at all in others. Okay, the Sun reported that the royals wanted Prince Andrew to move out of his own mansion. That's the stupid excuse they were giving the public, but you think, what's his name, Andrew is stupid? To move out of his own mansion, 30-bedroom royal lodge into Frogmore. However, he refused. The house for Harry and Meghan offered far more than a home, as it falls within the police cordon that surrounds Windsor Castle. Harry and Meghan had their police protection team stripped away from them when they quit the palace.
Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
Harry and Meghan had their police protection team stripped away from them when they quit the palace, so the house was an oasis within which they still had de facto police bodyguard. Okay, so there's that here. Alright, so that's that. The link will be in the description. Back to Twitter. So now let's read some of the comments. Wait, where they expected his email to be delivered by royal carrier's pigeon from Frogmore to Cali. It's the most ridiculous thing I ever seen. Grown up adults writing articles about an address change. I mean, that's news. You don't have to read it. Carry on, pigeon. I mean, as long they're telling the truth, okay? You see, I even apologized and as I was reading the thing. All right, so as long they're telling the truth, they could report anything. I hope so too. Quote, I have no doubt that my mom will be incredibly proud of me. I'm living the life that she wanted to live for herself, living the life that she wanted us to be able to live. Prince Harry, Business Insider, May 21st, 2021. Thanks for sharing this beautiful quote. All right, let's bookmark this and like it. The question on the Travelist Business form was, what country do you reside? Harry currently resides in the United States. The world knows this. All right. The question on the form was not, what is your country of birth? Then I see the thing here. Well, you could go back and look at the form. Like you said, they expected carrier pigeon to deliver his mail. Okay, there's this here. The man owns a home in the United States, has businesses in the U.S., and pays taxes in the U.S., while one Harry filed permanent residence here in the U.S. It was inevitability. You're lucky he hasn't become a U.S. citizen yet. Okay, welcome to America. That's that. All right, after what's there, that's it. When a man closes a door, God opens a country. The evil at war family took his Frogmore home, so what fits they expect? All right, good. Me too. He alluded to it. Let's pause. If there is any truth to this, Harry may have applied for dual citizenship, which the US and UK allows, and if anyone is eligible to get it, it will be Harry. All right. I mean, it's like they're forcing him to make those decisions. Each thing that he wants to do, they force him to make another decision. It's almost like what Tyler Perry was saying regarding the maze.
And I don't care how many doors slam, because what I found about doors closing and all this other stuff, not a lot of times that's not a bad thing, because what happened in my life is as these doors were closing, I was forced to go in another direction. I had to go right, I had to go left, and it's like being in a maze and you run into a brick wall. It's like, no, I was supposed to go this way. No, there's another way out. You just have to find it and keep pushing and pressing. So all you need is that one yes. One yes.
And I have said it prior to noticing that Tyler Perry had said something similar. All right, next tweet. Well, they can't stop crying about his security. His new home is in the US. All right, this is the same headline, which I just read. Prince Harry changes country of residence and new filing. All right. Oh, there's no comment. Okay, so let's move on. Now, this is the LBC version here. And I think this is where I was responding to without even noticing the, how do you call this? The form. Okay, there's my comment down here. I'm not going to read the article. Okay, Prince Harry cut ties. Okay, this is the part that got me. Cut ties with UK as he makes surprise change to official documents. All right, calm down. He changed his address after his own father evicted him from his UK address. And even if he didn't cut ties, who the hell could blame him? All right, so there's me here. Action equals reaction. He reacted to his Frogmore eviction. I swear, I did not see the eviction and I didn't even read the article when I commented that. I was just responding to the cut ties part. All right. He reacted to his Frogmore eviction. Harry told us before he was evicted that Frogmore will be his headquarters when he is in the UK. What did the dumb king do? Evicted his son. What the F is wrong with you people? Harry never cut ties with the UK even after the eviction. Harry works with, and I tag well, Charles, and then more. Okay, hardly a surprise, is it? He lived there for 4 years. The only people who seem to be surprised by him listed the US as his country of residence or the UK media. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. Next tweet. Okay, this is Henry VIII here. What's really sad is that none of this is actually them mourning a relationship with Harry or his children. It's all about the money, the access. The family needs detail to trade to the press, and the press needs the click. That's sad. Yeah, and Harry never asked for anything insane despite their insistence. Charles should have stopped the leaks coming out of KP. He shouldn't have taken away the home gifted to them by his mother, and they should have allowed Harry to pay for security. Okay, because when he took the security away, Harry said, okay, because they claim it was about money. Then Harry said, okay, I'll pay for it. And then that's where we get all of the review with Ravik and all of that. Okay, go on PYTE. I have a lot of videos regarding his security. All right, I was thinking about this earlier today. The people whining for Harry and Meghan to come back to the UK is for purely selfish reason, content, clicks, international attention, money. They don't actually care about the Sussexes or their well-being. Okay, I didn't expect anything less from a man who told his own son that if he suffered under the scrutiny of the tabloid, then we'll also suffer. Yeah, that's the thing that Harry was saying. But you're supposed to, let's say after you go through certain pain, you should try to make it better for your son. Okay, I'll put the quote where Harry was saying that.
Suffered, do everything you can to make sure that whatever negative experiences that you had, that you can make it right for your kids. We chose to put our mental health first. That's what we're doing, and that's what we will continue to do. Isn't this all about breaking the cycle? Isn't this all about making sure that history doesn't repeat itself? That whatever pain and suffering has happened to you that you don't pass on?
I'm so happy that Harry is not giving them exclusive. They should stalk the remainder royal family members. Okay, it's a family and name only. Those born into it expect extreme privilege without having to really do anything or be accountable for much. And those marrying into it are mainly there for those privileges. They are an ice cold lot. The exception was Diana, and because of her, Harry. Okay, so that's an ad. Let's read these, and then that's it. Bottom up. Right on. Without Harry and Meghan to trade, they're basically cannibalizing each other. That's not a family, it's a business. Yeah. Okay. And Meghan already understood that. When she was doing the Oprah interview, she was giving the differentiation. And then prior to the Oprah interview, I was explaining that. I was like, there's two parts to this. There's the family, and then there's the business aspect. For the royal family, for the rest, it's fine. They have the separation, the family and the business. But Charles want all of this to mangle, okay, for Harry. But Harry keep on saying, no, I want my private life to be private. And my, when I'm doing engagement for the firm and all of that, take as many pictures as possible. But privately, get the F away from my face. Okay, this kind of thing. All right. The family will have to produce another scapegoat. They try with the York girlies, but it didn't take. I wonder who will pick up as time goes on. I really feel sorry for. I don't want to name names to give ideas. Whoever that scapegoat is, which I have a pretty good idea. I really feel sorry for that person, and may God create a miracle for that person if it ever go to that, to have the senses and say, no, I'm not gonna be the scapegoat. All right, UK is pissed and cannot believe Harry and Meghan don't need them. All right, King Chucks is so terrified of the tabloid and media that he let them exile by proxy his son and youngest grandchildren. And I think this is why he claimed that cancer thing, and then he went into hiding. But he's doing things that a cancer patient should not be doing. All right, the British media is dying unless they can create drama. Harry's not playing, Meghan's not playing, and the royal family is expiring. All right, let's go to the next tweet. I read a good amount of tweets underneath it. Next one. And I have a lot more. Okay, so there's no comment, just the headline. Somehow, I don't believe the Express. What did they say here? Royal fans refuse to buy Meghan Markle's strawberry jam when it eventually goes on sale. I think I come across a tweet. It's probably on the next one, who said, okay, let me fix that for you. All right, Meghan Markle has released the first batch of her new product to 50 influencers, but it is yet to be made available to the public. Those influencers, they're talking like people, people who do YouTube, let's say someone like me, influencers. No, these people are self-made already. I'm telling you, the people in the UK, let me not say people, the tabloid in the UK have no respect. Right? Prince Harry slammed by readers as 96% say they won't read Spare. I'm telling you, they went really exaggerating. 96%, almost 100%. Meanwhile, it become bestseller. Prince Harry's memoir has record-breaking sales. The steady drumbeat of revelations that precedes the book's release helped push early orders and initial sales, making Spare on its first day one of the best-selling hardcover books in recent memory. Okay, so there's no comment. Let's go to the next tweet. And I think this is the one that the squad said, let me fix that for you. Okay, yep, that was that. Okay, there, I fix it for them. Pardon the juvenile printing. I'm not accustomed to writing with a stylus. Alright? Royal fans refuse to buy Meghan Markle's strawberry jam when it eventually goes on sale because they can't afford it. That's what she added. And then the rest is the same. Alright, so there's the laugh here. LOL, no worries. There won't be any left for them after we've done shopping here. Alright, you beat me to it. I was just thinking about doing that. Great mind thinks a lot. Okay. Great minds think alike because, oh, that's an ad. Because they will have the taxpayers pay for it. Mostly because it will taste like, this is why she's not dealing with you people. But yet, you guys are coming under her post. Well, then again, let's say you must have tasted shit before for you to say something like that. You must have tasted shit before. Oh my goodness. Let's see, there's 6 comments. Let's see here. Hater, lie, another bully him. Okay, yeah, because England is known for its cuisine. Let me pause for a sec. Okay, I'm guessing you know what shit tastes like. I'm sorry for your taste bud. This is not coming from the Palace's Gems version. You lads have mental issues going on. You all over anything about her, said little people. Alright, and then let's black. I'm telling you. Black. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. The Rangers. Okay, so there's that here. That's a GIF. Are the Derangers boycotting strawberry jam yet? There's that here. They want to, but their king also sells it. I didn't even know. They want to, but their king also sells it. There's Jesus give me strength. They're still boycotting horses. They have a lot of boycott and much more to come. All right. One is thinking of writing to the FDA that Meghan made jam. What? Are you kidding me? But the thing is not even on sale yet. She only gave it to her friends, and her friends are talking about it. So there's all of that. Yep, just like me boycotting gems from Harrods. All right, so there's all of that. Only the ones they can't afford. Next tweet. Okay, there's that. Crown critters now that the Ginger Avenger has changed his country of residence to United States. Quote, so does that mean we don't get Invictus Game 2027 and a chance to see you, your wife, and your babies in the UK? I didn't think about that. That's true. Right? No. He resides in the US with his own family that loves him, will not take security at the most dangerous time of his life. He is with his own family that are not petty to take his home his grandmother gave him. He is with a family that won't miss his only daughter first birthday out of hatred for the mom. That's some deep issues these people are going through. Alright, are they seriously whining about this? There's a laugh here. They told him to leave and that he was irrelevant. There's a laugh here. I saw a report of how much money they are throwing at trying to make this happen. Yeah, I report on it. Either could it be here or our part of Pew Service. I don't remember. Yeah, I saw a report of how much money they are throwing at trying to make this happen. Something like £20 million. The same 20 million that can be used to help citizens keep their lights on is being used for a rejection that is gonna happen. What was it? I was reading one of the squad's comment about how much gas in the UK is costing her. Okay, he lives there. I don't know what they expect. When you repeatedly tell someone you don't want them and then they move on, you can blame them when they move on. His babies are little Americans. He's stepping toward that. UK hasn't been his home for a long time. Okay, it's beginning to settle in their little brains. Who's going to tell them? I don't think they should be the one to tell them. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Look like I'm gonna finish everything. I have 4 more, and the last one is a prayer from the squad. Okay, so there's that here. Now the news is Kate won't return to royal engagement for a foreseeable future. I told you, they're gonna keep pushing it until she disappeared. Right, what is that? Will's return to royal duties imminent. Alright, she tagged all these people. A good one to download. Is that an ad? Before they remove it. Now it's unforeseeable future. Something is not right, but royalists are busy hating Meghan instead of using their thinking cap on the MIA future queen. Alright, she's being written out of Coronation Street. If 1 year from now, she still hasn't been seen in public at any occasion, the royals always show up for the tabloid had better be screaming exactly the way that they do at Meghan over scandals manufactured out of a whole cloth. Yeah, I don't think she is here on earth or part of any future. Yep. Okay, so there's a TikTok here. It's almost 2 minutes. Let's see here. I didn't see that coming. As a matter of fact, I was gonna stop. Alright, so there's this here. That's an ad. Asking for a friend. Does she even have a foreseeable future? Alright, so there's this here, and this is the last one, and then I'll go to the next one. Yeah, I don't think she is here on earth or part of any future. 1 minute and 53 seconds.
And for me as a medium, this was sad to witness the next thing that I saw. and I heard she's lost, trying to find her way, confused and disoriented, stuck in the ethers. I took this to mean etheric realm, like a ghost spirit confused and caught between worlds, and I have seen this in my sessions.
What?
I'll say more about this. When I connected, when I talked to Kate Middleton, I heard her say, she collapsed in, I heard her say, collapsed in my room after dinner, supper. I see her standing on a big rug.
Wait a second.
Between an armoire and a bed with...
Okay, so is this a psychic or something that's saying this? All right, so maybe they poisoned her. I don't know. Let me not say. Allegedly poison. I don't know.
Posts. The rug looked, it was a reddish color, but not like fire engine red. It was like a Persian rug type feel to it. It was just a big rug with not just red, but other colors. I saw her wearing black heels, either a skirt or a dress, with her hand on her head. And then I saw multiple people lifting her out, and I'm going to talk more about this. She sang right before she collapsed. I don't know. She's got her hand on her head. I don't know what's happening. I feel dizzy, lightheaded. What's going on? I don't feel so good. And then Source tells me, and I asked, where is she?
Source.
What happened to her? She is gone. She is deceased. She is not coming back. She is confused and wandering. It happened suddenly. And for this, when I tune into her energy and where she's at, I saw her in the I would say the etheric realm. When they kept saying like she's in the ethers, I see her in the etheric realm, confused, disoriented, as if it happened all of a sudden. Okay.
Huh. Okay, is there more to it? No. If she's lost and stuck, then she'll probably be doing a lot of hunting. Okay, if it was all of a sudden with no foul play, then it was a straightforward to say she has passed. But why is she wearing heels and not a nightgown? Okay, no need. You need help. What I say here, my original thought here is, what is it? Poison. Okay, put something on in her food. All right, make her dizzy, collapse so nobody see, and then they took her to the hospital, and then it's around the same time as the other guy who they claim shot himself. All right, so that's allegedly. Let's move on. Whatever. This is Henry VIII. Actually, all right, let's do this. I'm sorry, but anyone who thinks the royals have actual evidence of Meghan Markle being a bully but are just refusing to leak it is a moron. Like, there is just no other explanation other than rock bottom intelligent. Okay, announcing an investigation 48 hours before Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview, then refusing to release the result, a pathetic mug-slinging attempt from one of the oldest institutions in the world. Okay, it screamed of panic. Oprah released the interview to the palace early, ridiculous that is considered an option, and they knew what could come out. Harry and Meghan pulled their punches. Okay, even Harry says it's a crock full of BS. Okay, it was lies to stop Harry and Meghan from being interviewed by Oprah. The interview had already been taped. It was the family's attempt to smear Meghan before it aired. Yeah, all of these are true. Or should I say I agree. Valentine Lowe admitted as much. In one tweet I came across where he told the truth, but in public, in front of television, he's saying some nonsense. I have the audio of that. He said they wanted to get ahead of what she will say on Oprah. That institution and family are vindictive. All right, when they allow letters to her father to be published, knowing it was illegal, the idea that they will keep quiet a report that proved that Meghan was a bully to keep in the family is beyond ridiculous. Yeah, look, like I said regarding the letter, the privacy letter, Meghan was literally talking to Jason Kenoff, explaining to Jason Kenoff how she was gonna get the letter to her father. Okay, Jason knew all of that, and Jason had asked her, "Can I share this information with?" They mentioned the name. Meghan said no. Even at the beginning of the discussion, through the text. Megan said, I'm talking to you in confidentiality. Please keep it between you and me. This is what I'm gonna do to get the letter to my father. Now, knowing Jason, I think Megan was in the dark. Even Harry too, I would say, was in the dark who the key players around her, who were the snakes around her. All right, she didn't know, but literally she was speaking to the snake, with the snake. And then the snake went and tell William, who is his employer. So it's through that, after Jason already knew the plan to get the letter to her father, and then told whoever he told, and then they set up a scheme to go and get it. Once they get it, now they publish it. Okay, why they did that, I have no clue. How is somebody's letter is somewhat a problem to somebody? I have no idea. But meanwhile, this is where they were pulling Meghan and Harry different direction. And Princess Diana have said that as well in one of her interviews. Someone is pulling and then someone is pushing. Okay, to confuse them. You have Charles who's telling Meghan to please stop your father from talking to the tabloid. And then you have the other one who's going backstabbing, get the letter and publish it. This is full-blown craziness over there. Okay, so she did what she had to do and she bounced. Alright, so go back to some of my old videos, not on here, probably on PYTE. I didn't have this channel when I was talking about that. Alright, and then the worst thing is the excuse, oh my god, I'm already an hour. The evidence that they used to show in court was the part where Meghan said, this is how I know. Meghan said, keep this between you and me. Between you and me, don't tell anybody. She's speaking to him as a form of confidentiality. Okay? When they knowingly allow letters to her father. Okay, I read that. And then not only that, when Meghan thought, okay, this is in the dark, how blind Meghan was with this. Okay? She's talking to Charles and all of them about that. Okay, thinking the firm had her back. This is where they go full-blown ridiculous, and then this is where they lose Harry and Meghan. Meghan thought the lawyer of the institution, because remember, she was trying to walk on a fine line. Meanwhile, you have her family outside of the palace wall who's doing interviews left and right. And meanwhile, while she's inside, she's walking on a fine line. She wants to make sure she's doing things right in accordance to whatever stupid rules that they had. Talking to them, thinking the palace lawyer will help, with the letter being published. Meanwhile, they give her run around. And then when she realized they're just playing her for a fool, that's when she step out and get her own lawyer. Okay? I'm just paraphrasing in my own way, the way that I say it. But in a broader picture, this is that. Okay? That's what was happening. Okay? Harry sent a 25-page document derailing Wailing Willie campaign that Willie is still doing the But I'm Global Statesman act while being exposed as some Scooby-Doo type villain. Okay, cringe. Join the community. That's an ad. They are out of ideas. That's right. Okay. Let's read these. These two. It's what sociology calls the sunk cost effect. The royalists are heavily invested in Meghan being evil. That is true. This is the picture, the drama that they want to create, the entertainment they want to create for the public. They want her to be that villain, and Meghan is just being herself. It's like her true nature is not that at all. Okay, but there has been no objective evidence of evil, so they push all in on conspiracy theories rather than admitting that the courtiers, tabloid, and the royal family lied. That's a very good point. We all know this story well and confirmed by Valentine law that Jason Kanoff did not make the false allegation on his own volition. 3 days before the Oprah interview, his masters told him to do it to discredit Meghan's work. William and Kate were scared of what was going to be said. Even when the other one said that it's Kate and Charles that the racist, I don't think so. Okay? Kate might be racist, but I don't think she uttered the word as about the skin color. Okay? I think that's William. They threw Kate under the bus for William. Okay? It's William thing, in my humble opinion. The Meghan is a bully story straight from KP, carefully timed. Every bad Meghan story ever leaked came from KP, making Kate cry, KP, etc., etc. Don't be naive here. You don't have to have a side to see what's going on, what's been going on, or lack thereof. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. I'm going to try to squeeze this. I'm already an hour. All right, so this is, okay, maybe I'll turn it into two, part 1 and part 2. Video 1, part 1, video 1, part 2. So this one is slightly long. I don't know if some of you follow him. I believe he's on TikTok. I'm not sure if he has a YouTube channel. So there will be screenshot. When there are something important that's worth sharing with you, I'll let the video play slightly. Okay? Because I cannot play it continuously. All right, so this is very telling. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is why I'm forever Sussex Squad. This is disgusting, and we know they say worse about Meghan. Prince Dre with another great video. Alright? 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
She would want us today to pledge ourselves to protecting her beloved boys, William and Harry, from a similar fate. And I do this here, Diana, on your behalf. We will not allow them to suffer the anguish that used regularly to drive you to tearful despair.
He's not a boy, he's nearly 40. No, I think that the monarchy, in fact, depends on actually obliterating the Sussexes from our state of life.
The words that these people use. Oh my God. It's like two countries, you know, fighting with. This is not good, UK. The people in the UK, this is not good. If you see part 1, because this part I'm sure is going to be on part 2. Some of the things, when I was reading the thread under Hugh Grant's tweet, some of the things that I said, please, I mean, the US is trying because we almost are on the same boat as the UK. But the US are fighting back. This is not a word coming out of regular citizen to say to a prince of a country because he does not want to play their stupid games. Oh my Lord. I'm moving it back slightly.
Actually obliterating the Sussexes from our state of life.
You were asking to pick up that bill, and it gives me great delight to know that you are now going to have to pay the bill, the legal costs that we would otherwise have had to pay. So let that sink into your overpaid bank account, you ginger twerp.
The verdict yesterday was, Harry, listen to this. You are nothing special. Nobody.
Harry, you're lost. And do you know what that makes you? That makes you
get out of our lives. I actually, it's quite a strong word, but I think I hate Harry.
I'll tell you what, if you had...
This is someone, Harry, who risks his life for the country. And this is how they talk about him. And most of them I haven't heard yet. I'm listening to it now. This is very sad. If they could do that for any regular citizen, whether you're racist or not, if they could do that to a prince, the son of the king, what do you think they will do to you? Oh my Lord.
One fake gun and one fake bullet, and you lined up Harry and James Corden. I don't know which.
I would dismember them one limb at a time, and after I'd severed all their limbs, I would probably incinerate them.
So that their souls are not simply immersed by duty and tradition, but can sing openly as you planned. We fully respect the heritage into which they have both been born, and will always respect and encourage them in their royal role. But we, like you, recognize the need for them to experience as many different aspects of life as possible, to arm them spiritually and emotionally for the years ahead. I know you would have expected nothing less from us.
I have a thumbnails. In the corner of that thumbnails, I have fakers. A picture of some of the people who were crying for Diana's funeral. I said they were fakers. These are another group again. Okay? You would think they will stand up for Harry's sake and everything. There are some who have, well, they don't own the mainstream media, but you have some people, very few. Is it, what's his name? O'Brien? Yeah, who usually tell the truth. But let's continue. This is sad.
It was important for me to show or highlight that pivotal time when Diana had passed. It was important to show how the country of the UK was so on board.
If you're on TikTok, I guess you should follow him. I'm not on TikTok. That was very interesting. Okay, thank you. And that's it. All right, is that a retweet? No, that was that. All right, let's go to the next tweet. I have one more after this, and that's a prayer from the Sussex Squad. Okay, the thing about Meghan is that she is living her life, perusing her dreams and exploring different things. Problem with keyboard and tabloid trash is that they have nothing going on for them other than talking about Meghan. Okay, so there's that here. Okay, she wanted to do good, and she is doing that through supporting women and business and charity work, and she is still doing that. Okay, this is someone that are black, so it must be one of those haters. Okay, a reply is a long time coming. Okay, yes, she is pursuing dreams, not really realizing them though. Well, she's living it. Well, if you refuse to see reality, we can help you on that part if that makes you sleep better. My goodness, let's black this while I'm at it. You can see reality. Right? Imagine leaving a whole institution where she could have used her uniqueness to do good for the people of Commonwealth, but this one is too greedy. Who's greedy? Okay, and all she thinks about is quick scam. Nah. Okay, this is another one I need to black. Being delusional. There's no reason. Okay, so there's that here. Ad, and they know it. What she said. That's an ad. Okay, Photoshop. Oh my God, Lord. This is the vile people they have. This is almost like childish. It's unbelievable. These are adults, by the way, behind a keyboard. Who's writing this? Okay? Adults who are writing this BS. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, that's the last tweet, and it's a prayer from the squad. Prayer for has Meg, Archie, and Lily. May you bless and protect Harry, Meghan, Archie, Lilibet, Diana, and Miss Doria. Guide them and direct their steps. May you bless them with health, joy, and peace. We pray for the vindication, for justice, cancel all the threats, hate, harassment, and return them back tenfold to their enemies. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. So there's that here. Surely God is my help. The Lord is the one who sustained me. Psalm 54:4. Okay. I'm literally 6 o'clock on the dot. All right. So there's amen. Amen. I have more, but I'm going to wake up my kids and a few. The next tweet, let's see. I have a thread that I need to do. It's from Henry VIII. Let's see. All right. It starts. So that's that. Did I read it already? Let me just add it here. Okay.
Avanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.